Most people think that famous Irish characters like Molly Malone, Bram Stoker and Cromwell's brutal torturers are all dead and gone, but they'd be wrong, because they're actually alive and well, locked away in the vaults in Dublin's Liberties.
Hold on, I know you!
This is Molly Malone talking to Sergeant Paddy Lee, trying to convince him that she's nothing more than a simple fishmonger.
I'm Molly Malone, Dublin true and true. I'm a fishmonger, from a family of fishmongers. Hello?
Young Sergeant Lee isn't fooled, and he tells her of the local priest's plans to shut down the Monto.
And he's going to sprinkle holy water on the doors of the brothels, and he's going to change the knockers of the doors with crucifixes. Crucifix, he's a mad priest. Huh? And we're going to close down the Monto on a single night, March 12th. Go on, put that in your diary there now,
Outside the vaults is its co-founder Gerald Heffernan.
So we're standing here in the Liberties in Dublin, surrounded by so much history, and inside this building, you're bringing history to life.
That's right. And the history we're bringing to life are the stories of 6 of Ireland's most infamous characters.
Really?
And the only place that can contain them is the vaults.
Vaults Live is Dublin's newest tourist attraction. It's an immersive theatre experience where actors play out 6 of Ireland's most iconic characters from history, each one in its own beautifully designed set. The show lasts about an hour, where the audience walks through 6 different scenes to meet the characters, each one with their own fascinating tale.
Suffering is my business, and baby, business is good. The boss might be a bit of a pain, but what can I say? I love my work.
When did you come up with the idea for Vaults Live, and why?
4.5 years ago, a friend and colleague of mine, Paul Branchfield, he rang me one day from London, and he said, you know, London is so vibrant with so many attractions and so on, that maybe we should look to do something together in that sector. You know, there's nothing really that involves immersive storytelling, and really it didn't take us very long, a couple of weeks, to come up with the core idea for the vaults.
In this courtroom, my word is the law.
So the idea was the easy part, but next they needed funding.
The fundraising and the commercial end quite quickly proved to be very daunting, and it took a lot longer and was more difficult to raise the funding than we'd anticipated. It's just because it's a startup, and because a lot of the funds that are available for investment in Ireland still go into bricks and mortar and things. It was a hard sell, because if we'd been in the pharma end of things, for example, or more tech-based, it might have been an easier sell. But while the sector is an attractive one, because it's a startup, and there's no real tradition of investment funding going into tourist attractions in Ireland, it was a pretty tough nut to crack.
But you cracked it.
We did.
And here
We did, and here we are.
Yes, they cracked open an investment vault to the tune of €5 million. And to get this up and running was a huge undertaking. But because of Gerald's background, he had come across a lot of tourist attractions in the past.
Originally a television producer making travel shows.
No Frontiers, I suppose, is the best known one, yes. And I would have seen everything from sort of, you know, mom and pop, tiny little experiences, maybe in the foothills of New Zealand. But we could also equally be in Philadelphia, where there's a square which have 3 or 4 of the most sort of advanced technological, history-based museums in the world. So there was a huge variety and range of experiences.
And have you got a name?
What's with all the questions, all right? A policeman wouldn't even ask me that, huh?
Yeah, but a fishmonger might.
Well, I can't fault your logic, I suppose.
The cast playing the characters are all experienced actors. Molly Malone is played by Lauren Farrell from Leitrim.
Lauren, great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
You're originally from Leitrim?
That's correct.
What part of Leitrim?
Carrick and Shannon.
And how long have you been an actor?
I've been an actor 10 years. Yeah,
And you trained in New York City?
that's true.
Would you know any songs, Paddy Lee?
Songs? No, don't know any songs. No, too busy working the law, you know yourself.
Oh, yeah.
How do you come up with the personality, or how do you put your own spin in her?
you know, she's a fishmonger, but she's also a lady of the night. So there's a lot of like, I don't know how honest I should be.
Be very honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of innuendo.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is, and yeah, she's kind of like saucy. She's taken a fancy to Paddy Lee over there, this kind of innocent Corkonian police officer.
If you have a wingo, take her up to Ringo.
And Gerald, what are your hopes and dreams for Vaults Live?
That it continues to prosper, and we say that we have done our job if you leave the vaults with a smile on your face and you know something different about an aspect of Irish history.
Well, thankfully people have been liking the show. Already on TripAdvisor it has 400 reviews and an average of 5 stars.
Take her up to Monto.
It seems Molly Malone's subductive powers have worked and she's got her man. Make sure you pop in next time you're in Dublin and maybe you too will catch Molly's eye.
See, I'm sorry, Mommy, it's the city, it just does it to
He's
me.
a bit unstable, isn't he?